that somebody was generous enough to donate that to you.
Definitely M. Dot. Oh, well, we're live by the way, but amazing guy, super like that's like it's awesome, beyond awesome.
You know what? It really is a great community.
100%, 100%. Everybody that I've come across in this type of community, except for a couple, are like really, really good people, and they just want to, just want to do their part.
Yeah, like it's as with any as with any community, you're always going to have a couple in there that ruin it for everybody. But
Definitely. I mean, like I believe there was a what was her name, Jay Lee or whatever. This has been a
yeah,
while back, but she was an actual RSO out of locals that I interviewed.
yeah, I remember she was the one that was saying she was a psychologist. Or
Yes.
yeah,
I ended up hiding her videos or putting them. Actually, I put them on my locals because I didn't want her to give any information like that
yeah,
because it's that's scary having a actual predator that's claiming to be a doctor or psychologist. That's like really scary.
yep. It shows you how far people are willing to go to get some notoriety, I guess, or get some attention.
Oh, definitely. How you doing, APP, Bella? Oh, it's great to see you. Then my notification went out.
Yeah, I see Mandy's in there,
Oh
or
yeah,
not
I saw
Mandy,
Madison
Madison. Yeah,
and,
Madison.
Jamie C 1A play two. Bella's awesome, awesome person. So you Dubs, so you want to do like a possibly a little update about this
Sure.
David? How do you say his last name? Gararti?
If you ask him, he said Gautier.
Gautier. Oh,
Um, if you ask a Canadian how you'd say it, it'd be Gautier.
Gautier. Hmm.
Yeah,
So he was the one that Alex caught at
at the
the
mall.
mall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he showed up with the walker. He was greasy as sin, both in a proverbial sense and a physical sense.
Wow.
Um, his, I mean, if you show did I send you the mall picture? I'm just looking
Mm.
here to see if I sent you the mall picture. Yeah, I did. The one where he's got the gray T-shirt on. Even
Okay.
his mugshot, he's greasy as hell.
He does look
Um,
nasty. Why do you think uh, somebody like that would be like? Why would you think a child would even be into somebody like him?
I don't think a child would
I don't either at all.
be. And he's delusional enough to think that a real child was into him.
You
He
know, he
called me
had
glitter.
to go ahead.
Yeah, no, I think he was delusional to think that an actual child would be into him.
Any type of interested in because he's just an. I believe I have a picture. I mean, if you want me to pull it up,
Sure, go for it.
let's see. I'm still new at this, so you don't have to. I actually posted this on my locals, so it'll be easier to share possibly.
Maybe
I'm not. I'm like I said. I'm still new at this.
you'll have to get Sabrina to show you how to use OBS. Yeah, that's absolutely right, Madison. Not once, but twice.
Oh, so twice.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's part of the update. That'll be a little bit here.
Give me 1 second to. What the son of a bitch? Oh, there we go. I promise one day I'll get good at this.
Take your time.
All right, this is basically my locals. Let me go down and find my last post.
You'd think your last post would be at the top, wouldn't it?
Possibly could be.
Maybe.
I believe it actually posted the videos before that stuff. Hang on, give me a second. I just posted it. Actually, should be before that. 1 second.
What if you go to content?
Oh yeah, let me try that. No, it's just those are just videos.
Okay, so choose your drop down below that from videos,
This
and yeah, no, that doesn't look like it's it.
articles, PDFs. I don't.
No, it wasn't a PDF.
Hmm. Let me see. What the like? Literally, what the hell? Oh, here it is, right here.
There you go. So no, go to the one with the gray shirt first.
Okay.
Okay, so that one there, like that's greasy as hell. I mean, it's nice to see that he cleaned up to come meet a 12-year-old that he wanted inappropriate or wanted an inappropriate romantic relationship with
Mm.
in the park, no less.
Wow.
So right now he is currently in Douglas County Jail, and he has $125,000 bond,
Mm.
which is extremely nice to see. I think it should be higher than that, but
Definitely.
as as somebody else said to me, let's hope he doesn't know anyone with $12,500.
Let me
Like
go
somebody,
back to the first picture.
sure, yeah,
This right here.
yeah. So $125,000 bond or 10%. So 10% is going to be $12,500. So no, hopefully nobody that likes him has 12,500 kicking around to get him out.
Mm. Wow.
So his charges listed there could be a little confusing. So the information that the detective gave me here was he was booked for sexual assault, use of electronic communication device, enticement by electronic communication device, and they also had a charge for possession of CSAM.
Wow. The C. I mean, it's all awful, man. But was it like where was he get his CSAM from? Do you know?
Pardon me?
Do you know where he was getting his CSAM was from?
Telegram. Telegram.
Oh, Telegram.
So yeah, I can't say a whole lot about it because the detective did tell me a little bit of information that might not be public. I'm not going to use
Definitely,
the detective's name either. Um,
definitely. Please don't. I mean, it's
yeah, so the uh, the first time that he was caught by Alex at the mall, um, they took his phone. The like they took him in for questioning. He was not charged on that day. Um, and probably about a week later, I got another friend request from this gentleman using his middle name and his last name, but with the same picture.
wow.
So I accepted the friend request and immediately started getting messages from him. And it wasn't anything really bad yet. So I reached out to the detective to find out if there was any update on the case based on what we had presented to them. Now, Nebraska is one of the states that does not allow for civilian decoy evidence to be used to press charges.
Hmm.
So I told him, well, he reached out to me again. He said, well, that's interesting. He said, I have his phone. And so I said, well, maybe he's using a tablet, maybe he got another phone, who knows. So either way, I I went through things with the detective and told him, hey, I would be willing to let you guys use my account as long as I don't lose access to my account, because I said I still have other guys that I'm working on that I have to get, and I can't jeopardize losing them to get this guy. So he said, well, let me check with my sergeant. We'll see what he says. He called me back a couple hours later, says, yep, my sergeant's okay with it. Now we're just waiting on word from the crown or from the county attorney's office to make sure that they will prosecute if we do that. And a couple days went by. I was starting to think, oh, okay, this isn't going to happen. And so I was talking to him on a Monday, and that Thursday, I get a call from the detective saying, good news. The county attorney is willing to prosecute if we operate the account.
Jay, was it Jamie said, she asked, was this after Alex had caught him?
Yes. This was about a week and a half after Alex had caught him. So by the time the detective started talking to him, it was almost 2 weeks after Alex caught him. Because it took us a little while to get all the approvals from the county attorney's office and whatnot to go ahead and do this.
I just want to say thank you, Ben, for the 5. He says, how much to be live?
It's probably a little more than 5.
How
But it's
about
a
it?
good start.
Definitely. Dude, it's, wow. Yeah, he does need to be purged 100%.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he showed very clearly that he's not willing to stop even after being scared by being taken into question by the police. He clearly had no fear. Well, I shouldn't say that. He was definitely concerned, but his concern and fear did not outweigh his twisted desire.
Mm-mm.
So
And this,
yeah,
and I mean, honestly, even this goes to show you they never stop. They won't stop.
exactly. So in this particular case, Alex never told him that Mandy wasn't a real child.
Mm-hmm.
And the detective also never told him. So after he was released and he got a new phone, he went right back to it because he still thought that she was a real child.
Wow.
So so the detective started talking to him on Thursday the 22nd. And within 2 hours of talking, he had already asked again if Mandy still wanted to meet.
Damn.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's like he just didn't get. Do you think it's possibly a good idea from like Alex not to say, "Oh, this isn't a real child"? I mean, I know sometimes he has, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if possible, I think it'd be beneficial if he was able to not say that,
Mm-hmm.
but or at least not say it to the predator. I mean, obviously the detectives are gonna or the officers who show up are gonna know.
Oh, definitely.
Um, but yeah, I mean, it exactly. Um, it's just like Dave.
I'm gonna show this other picture.
Yeah, so that's him. That's his nice little mugshot.
Oh,
He looks a little pissed off.
he does. I wonder if they had like took away his walker when he had to stand there.
I don't know.
I'm sorry. I hope they did.
So you know what? Like the next time you're doing your calls, um, maybe you could call one of the prayer lines and get some prayer for Dave.
Well, only prayer that I would actually pray for him is
Well,
for him to.
I didn't say what prayer to ask for. Like,
That is true. Uh,
so,
Madison said, "This is why we love when they don't give away that it's a decoy more often
oh
than you
yeah,
think they will." Exactly, that's
hmm
exactly right, Madison.
yeah, it is. Like he was so hungry for a child that he was willing to look past all of the red flags that were popping up in front of him,
Hmm. Well, and by the way, Joseph, you are banned.
especially if you say happy birthday.
Yeah, definitely, dude. Uh, it just killed me. He looks like he is. I don't know, but I don't know. Just something. He's that I slightly I didn't get, I slightly remember his interview from Alex, and by the end of it, like Alex was just over there making fun of him, sitting behind him.
Oh yeah,
That was pretty good.
yeah. I mean, like so. I mean, most, if not all, of these guys are beyond help.
Definitely,
Um, but he clearly demonstrated.
mm, definitely. And he like, what do you think will happen with him now?
Um, I don't know. It's the jury's out, really. Um, I think it's going to stick because the the police were the ones that conducted the second conversation. So basically, I signed a letter to them saying that I give them authorization to use my account. Here's what you can and can't do, and he was like, the detective who, by the way, Omaha PD was absolutely amazing to work
Mm. Have
with.
you ever run into a place that hasn't been as good to work with as far as you being a decoy?
As far as me personally, no. Um, I haven't had the need like to work directly with a PD like this yet. Um, I've followed up with several different departments and whatnot, and those detectives have been great to give information. But as far as working with another department to finish decoying somebody, I haven't had the opportunity yet. But the detective from Omaha did tell me anytime that you have somebody in Omaha, you reach out to me and we'll get them together.
Awesome. And that means a
So
lot. And that
it,
when you really have law enforcement working with you doing this, that makes a very it helps you all out a lot.
well, it does,
And
and I mean,
also
obviously,
people's
we would
time.
love to have the interview from Alex, but some like some of these states that don't allow for civilian uh, evidence like this, um, I'm happy to turn it over to them and let them do what they got to do. Um, because quite frankly, this detective fully believes that people like this need to be off the streets, and he's very much along the line of, you guys handed us a silver platter. I don't see why we shouldn't be able to use
Mm. Being said, possibly the Omaha PD was not always this way.
it. Yeah, it's entirely possible. This particular detective that I worked with um, was absolutely incredible right from the first phone call. As for other detectives or other, like if we're referring to like beat cops that are the ones responding to the call. Um, I don't know what it was like, but if you take a look at the first catch that Alex did with this guy, when the cops showed up, they were pretty quick to take his phone. They were they were extremely good with Alex and the guys. Um, yeah, and I mean, you know what? They they took into consideration that this guy has some mobility issues and opted not to cuff him right there and take him out and make him struggle getting out. They opted to wait until he was outside to cuff him. Um, as much as I don't like what these guys do, they are human, and there is the presumption of innocence until guilt is proven. Um, you know, it shows humanity really. Um, I think that, you know, obviously when you do it again, then yeah, there's no even like there's not even the possibility that, oh, I made a mistake. A
Mhm.
mistake is going to the store and forgetting to get milk.
Definitely. I was gonna say this real quick. Thank you, Southern Belle, for the cake, but you have to be banned. I just, I just want to say that
Well, what kind of cake was it?
it is. It says "Happy Birthday ABC 123." It's a cake. Looks like a cookies and cream cake. It looks like.
Well, you maybe don't ban her on that till we try it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It don't. I'm just gonna say this. It don't look fresh made. So,
Okay, well then no banner. Banner.
so if it was like a fresh made one, it'd be a
Yeah,
little less of a ban.
yeah, we'd have a little bit of grace there, but and there's Auntie Opal.
Oh, was she here? Oh,
Yep,
and
she's on
Serum
Rumble.
said the guy's very handsome. So
Oh, I mean, flood warning for Mandy's panties, right? I mean, who wouldn't want that?
definitely. There's no way the police could do what catching teams do. The cost would be way too high. Think about the amount of time decoy spend talking to these guys. If not, it's not a 9 to 5. Definitely.
Absolutely, absolutely. So basically, you know, I said to the detective that, you know, I'm glad that he looks at it the way he does, that he wants to partner with teams like us, um, because we're not trying to step on toes. We know that so many police agencies and jurisdictions do not have the funding or the resources to act or to combat the problem as big as it is.
Mm.
Um, you know, with what Alex said this morning on his or this afternoon on his live about he doesn't think that there's any more pedophiles than there was before, that, you know, the internet's just made it more obvious. I don't know that I agree with that. I think that because the internet has made it so pervasive, I think that there's more people that are being exposed to things that they would not have normally sought out,
Mm-hmm.
that is turning them into those type of monsters rather than what it was in the 50s. I think in the 50s it was a far bigger, like it was far more commonplace than what it was ever led on to be, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't think it was as bad as it is now.
Oh, damn, Ben, thank you so much for the 20. It says, is today the meth day? So far it is, but, thank you. I really appreciate it. But I don't know. It's just, I do think in ways that there was still a lot of preds back then, pedals back
Oh,
then.
Absolutely, there was. I mean, take a look at the Catholic Church. Father Bad Touch. Um, it seems like every parish had one. Um, but like I said, I'm not saying that it wasn't a big problem back then. It absolutely was. I
Definitely.
think that it's just become a little bit more common than it was before because there's so many people out there that are being exposed to it, and with porn being as pervasive as it is
Mm.
now versus back then when you had to go behind the black curtain at the video store or the top shelf of the magazine rack, and a lot of people didn't want to be seen buying that stuff. um, you know with it being as readily available as it is now, people don't necessarily get off to the commonplace things that they used to. It's human nature that you're gonna want more and more and more, and it's gonna like there's just gonna need to be that next step to get you that rush that you had before. Kind of
Definitely.
kind of
Oh,
like a
I
drug, really.
uh, I'm definitely gonna give Bella a shout out for her and her family. Definitely keep them in your prayers. 100%, Bella.
Yes.
That's a big shout out to her. She asked if give you I definitely give you a shout out. Always been like awesome, and I don't know, but true. But you really even uh you don't really need police powers. Just need police and DAs to accept the evidence.
Yeah. So Jamie, what I would recommend, if you go on Facebook and go to Guardians for Justice, we have a template letter there that you can download, fill in the information that you need to fill in, and send it off to whoever you need to in government, whether it be your senator, whether it be the governor, um, whoever, to try and get these laws changed. Um, it isn't a Word document, so you can change whatever you need to change in there. It's just simply a guideline of something that can be used to petition the government to change the state law to allow for that evidence. And again, it outlines in that letter that we're not trying to infringe on law enforcement's toes. We just know that the problem is bigger than any department has the funding to deal with.
Mhm. That is you're 100% right. You really almost at this point you need citizens to possibly do what you are doing. In my opinion, as long as it's done right, there's a difference when you do the stuff the wrong way. But if you're really doing it right, like a bunch like predator poachers, man, they should be happy to be able to work with teams like you all.
Yeah, I mean, like there's so many good teams out there, and I mean, if you're gonna get physical with the predator, then why are you even doing this,
Mhm.
right? Like, it's
Definitely.
it's it's not helping the cause, and it's certainly not gonna make any DA want to work with you.
I mean, I've heard Alex say this a few times. What would you rather have? 3 smacks in the face or 10 years in prison? I can give me the 3 smacks every day.
Yeah,
But it's a little. I know there's more to it than just saying that because there's always like departments and places that really don't want to work with teams and thinks basically they're all like a DAP team or a Vitality team.
yeah,
Which like really sucks because it makes it harder on the actual good teams like you want Predator Poachers, Boots, BC, and other good top teams.
yeah. Like it's hard. I mean, like, see, I'm conflicted because, quite frankly, I like the entertainment of a predator getting slapped. Like, I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat that one. I mean, yeah, I would have loved for this guy to get a kick to the knees.
Mm.
But you know, is
Kick
it
to the
going
knees.
to? Well, yeah. I mean, he he lied quite like he lied to the detective the day he was supposed to get caught. And then we just we figured out that it wasn't true. Like during this whole process, the detective was totally cool with me watching the conversation. Um, in fact, it was the detective saying, "Hey, uh, he's got a very secure place to sleep tonight. Can you take the screenshots for this like you did for the first one?" So that he could give it to the county attorney. He didn't want to necessarily go through Facebook to do a Facebook preservation request to try and go through all that hassle. He wanted it quick, and the county attorney was okay with it. So absolutely, I'll do that for
Mm. Was you the was I don't remember, but was you the only decoy working him?
you.
Or
To
if
my
you're not
knowledge,
able to say that, I
no,
mean
no.
that's
To my knowledge, I was the only one that was actively talking to him.
mm,
I'm not aware if he was or was not talking to any others. I haven't been told by anybody.
let's see. Thanks, I really do think everyone who watches catchers should do this. I to a way I wish we could, but I think a lot of people just aren't able to do that type of stuff and get like everybody's
Um,
not
I
geared like. Go ahead.
I think what Jamie was talking about was Bin 2000's comment. U.S. House reps are your most direct path to the highest level of power, but the state and local representatives are very important also. Um, yeah, like in reference to sending the letter, send a letter to any government official you can think of. The more people that those letters get in front of, the more the more attention it's going to draw. Is it going to make the change? Who knows? But I can guarantee you what's going to make no change is doing nothing.
Definitely.
Um, yeah, yeah, Jamie, go ahead and do that. Um, if you're gonna do that, if you wouldn't mind, post a link to the Guardians for Justice page there. It'd be really nice to get some more viewership there. Um, yes, it is a page that myself and somebody else run. Um, we that page is not specific to predator poachers. Any catcher out there who has a catch that has not gotten the attention of the DA or the police department in their area, we want to put it on there and blast them and make them famous for it. Similar to what Alex referred to as I forget whatever code or operation he refers to as, but basically, um, there's one on
66.
there. Yeah, yeah, code 66 and or operation 66 in them. We have like the letter that Alex got from that lawyer in North Providence, Rhode Island. We posted that on there. Um, there's another one posted on there for Big Country. Um, you know, if the evidence that or the information that's given to me, if the catch was a good catch and they chose to do nothing about it, I am more than happy to post it on here to tag everybody in it that needs to be tagged, such as like I'll tag the county attorney's office or the DA's office. I'll name them if I can find who it is, and you know, I'll tag the police department, tag everybody in it, tag local communities, um, just yeah, just get it out there. And yeah,
Definitely.
Tacoma Joe, that's right. Order 66.
That's what I was just getting ready to highlight that.
Yep.
Yeah, it's that I've said so many times. I mean that a lot of catcher teams, good like catcher teams, should all actually come together. I mean, I know every team is different, which is good because you don't want the same thing every time. Sometimes you want to see people get smacked up, and sometimes you want to watch a longer catch, such like Alex's. It's I don't. Does that kind of make sense what I'm saying? But
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like I enjoy watching some of Skeeter's interviews. Boots does a really good interview. Big Country does a good interview. Um, like there's other catchers out there who who do things differently, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, I'm always entertained when I watch Moose's catches. I
definitely,
mean, who doesn't want some Musa fries, some Musanera sauce, some mozzarella sticks? I mean, who doesn't want those, right?
definitely. And
But
honestly, man, I mean, it's like a guilty pleasure of me to watch, like DAP type stuff. I mean, I enjoy watching it, but then again, at the end of the day, you know, I wish these people would also get their time, the real time, like they deserve.
well, and that's the hard part is, you can't have your cake and eat it too, right? So
I'm seeing
you
my
can't
cake
get
over here.
so
So I have me a cake over here from Southern Belle. So,
yeah, but it's not fresh, so
oh yeah, that is true.
um, that's why she got banned. Um, but I mean, you can't have your cake like having the predator get the snot beat out of them, and like yeah, you just can't have both. And I really wish you could. Like I was watching. Oh, I forget who it was that I was watching. They were in California, and this guy come up to them on the side of the street and just sucker punched the pred and knocked his glasses off his face, just rocked his world.
Are you
And
possibly talking about Ghost?
yes, I think it very well may have been Ghost. I don't recall for
Hmm.
sure. But yeah, just wherever yeah, it was
Oh,
CC unit.
CC. Okay.
No, it wasn't Vitality Madison. Um,
We've said like three different groups. I mean, wouldn't it just be amazing for all these teams to come together one time and really like do some work together? I mean, you don't. I mean, you get too many, people bumping heads, but still at the same time, it would be awesome and I think good for the cause. Saying, hey, we got this type of organization here that could possibly. I don't know. Does that make sense?
sure it does. Like if people could get past their egos, and like I say, work together to save the children instead of act like them, it'd be great.
Oh, Ghost is CC unit.
Yeah. So the guy didn't want to talk initially, so they were walking down the sidewalk. Buddy was walking out into the street and whatnot. There was somebody pulled up and just walloped him, like knocked him into the middle of next week. And like that's not Ghost's fault. That's not CC Unit's fault. Is it happened? Now, as soon as it happened, they told the guy to get off. I'm like, that's not how this is gonna go.
Hmm.
But it was just very satisfying to see a concerned citizen um, jump in and deliver street justice.
A few years ago, like five teams come together in Florida. I'm
Yep.
not exactly PCI, PCM, PP Mass, PTI. Which PP Mass has been doing a lot of new catches here lately. If I remember,
Hmm.
he's starting to kick back up, and Jay from PP Mass, he's starting to really do some more catches, which is awesome.
Hmm.
Very awesome. It's good to be a professional on catch without assaulting the chomo.
Yeah, like I don't think that any of the catchers should be throwing punches or anything like that. Um, like if somebody steps in without being encouraged to do so, I mean, let them get a hit in, but you know, you got to step in and discourage it right away.
Mm. I watched. I think this has been an older catch I had watched where they was in like the guy was in like Walmart, and this other gentleman walked up behind him and just like boom right in the side of his face while they's like in the Walmart. The catcher was like, "Oh no, no, don't do that." Have you saw that clip?
No, I haven't seen that one, but that's very similar to what I was just talking about. I mean, hey, if somebody wants to come in and deliver a little bit of street justice, go ahead and get a pop in there and tell them right away, dude, that's not how we handle this. Don't be doing that.
Definitely not. Oh, I just want to say what's going on. Free what is it? Free fried pickles. Sam's, good to see you. Zippy, how you doing?
There's
Yeah,
Zippity.
yeah, Zippity, awesome. I see him come in. I just want to, definitely let him know I see him.
Yeah. So this guy, oh yeah, the guy that ran from the cop. That was that was an incredibly satisfying thud when he hit the ground.
That whole catch was like top tier, top catch.
Oh, that was definitely locals worthy.
Oh yeah, that it was. Not only did the the guy get tackled, but you also had Gunther, and it was just I don't know.
Now,
However they
see
set all that up.
if Gunther could have been trying to help him, I mean, maybe that wouldn't have happened, right?
Oh, I thought did OTR actually have a catch last night, or was am I wrong?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I I don't follow OTR really closely.
Hmm.
Um, not not anything to do with his catch, but I just don't have the time really.
There's, I mean, like me, I get so behind on different types of catches and different type of catchers and teams. It's hard to keep up like with a lot of them because there's just so many teams out there. They all do a good job. There's a couple that could be better and stuff, but you know what? It's it's awesome that they go out and actually do this.
Yeah, like and any catcher out there should always strive to do better.
Definitely.
And Alex will be the first one to tell you, like, I always try to figure out how can I be better next catch? How, like, what can I do differently to make it better? And not to make it better from a content perspective, but to make it better in terms of getting an arrest, uh, getting more out of the predator to uh, make it just that much more incriminating.
Definitely. And that's where a lot of that getting the great decoy chats comes in because once they start and actually all it is a teamwork, but decoys are kind of the part of the work. But if you have a bad catcher going in and you have all this incriminating evidence on them, but you can't get them to like spill the beans, I don't know, does that make sense?
Yeah, it does, and there everybody involved in the catch plays a critical role. Like each person participating in the catch is a specific cog in the wheel, and you know, yeah, Alex is the one that has to do the mental jujitsu and think on his feet, like on the fly. Like he's got to be on his game. Um, but then you have the guys that are with him that are recording and calling the cops. Like depending on what they tell the cops might determine how quickly they're going to get a response. Um, you have the person who was decoying them, and how well did they decoy them? How strong how strong are the chats? Did he admit to enough stuff that if he gets on, if Alex starts to interview him and he decides to clam up, is there enough in his in the chats to get a good conviction? Um, like there has to be PC to in order to seize the phone usually. Um, and if you don't have a confession, you better hope you got some strong chat logs.
Mm-hmm.
There's sometimes that we go on a gut feeling, and you know you you know how he was in the chats. He
Mm-hmm.
wasn't as bad as you think, but you just get a gut feeling about somebody, and I'll tell Alex, hey, this guy here, I have a really strong gut feeling that he's done something before that he's not admitting to. And Alex just has this way of pulling it out of them.
Mm-hmm. He really does. He's he's awesome at what he does. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would. I mean, do you believe if you like went and tried to do a catch, do you think you could emulate him possibly? And
Hell no. Nope. Nope.
you don't think so?
I don't. I don't. Alex has an incredible gift for this. Um, Alex is a really, really smart guy,
Yeah.
and he, he knows for the most part what the laws are in each state that he's going to. To Jamie's point there, um, like he knows what he needs to get out of them in order to get something worthwhile when the cops show up. That's why I don't like when some catchers um, like they give the signal for the cops like almost as soon as they start talking to them.
Mhm.
Um, what's the point of that?
That is kind of you. I mean, a lot of them. I've saw some of they're some of the catchers go straight into doing the catch or whatever, and the predator tries to run right away. I could possibly see calling them right then, or if they feel in danger, definitely, always keep yourself safe
Hmm.
because they are way dangerous. I mean, how many times has Alex had a gun pulled on him and other catchers also? Buhawk was, just I don't know, but it's what was I trying to say? But they should possibly see. I would like to see for them to wait to get if they could like open a dialogue and wait to see what else they can pull out of the predator.
Right, and that's the thing. Like Alex has such a way of being non-intimidating and earning their trust.
Mhm.
Shut up, Sam Squinch.
He is very smart. It's about
Smart.
time.
It is about time, isn't it?
Definitely, it's about time. Alex is very smart.
Yeah. So Alex just has a way of getting a predator to put their walls down and open up to him. He he really should consider something in law enforcement later in his journey, because he he seems to have that knack, and a lot of that is thanks to uh, Agent Orange, and like he said this morning, a lot of other detectives along the way who have given him pointers. And yeah,
Definitely. But that if you do that, you're like our pred catching community would lose such a great asset to being able to go out and do this. I mean, do you think there's
right.
somebody coming up that could probably take his place?
You know what? I don't know if there is or not. I'm just going based on what Alex has said his goals are, and that may not be. I don't mean tomorrow. I mean maybe in 5 years, maybe in 10 years. You know, it would depend on what his life plans are and what his life goals are. I guess basically what it boils down to is he's expressed that that's one of his goals, and I would love to see him achieve his goals in life.
Definitely.
Um, like he said, he loves what he does right now, and maybe later in life he's going to want to, you know, do more of that 9 to 5, and be able to uh, work in a law enforcement capacity like it's been his dream to do. Um, maybe he chooses to keep doing what he's doing. I don't know.
I've always heard this. Say, you know, I, when you're driving on the road, like have a lot of mileage, you're driving a lot of mileage throughout your life. That really does like affect you, as far as you know, not just. I mean, you get tired of driving after a while. Not
Hmm.
necessarily that you don't like the pred catching, you just hate the traveling part. Once you start traveling so much.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's also not just him doing it. He loves
Oh,
being on the road.
oh yes. You can tell it because he go. I mean, he was like ready. I think what did he say earlier? Like he's like ready to start the trip now because it's like a fix for him. Not only do we have an addiction to watching this type of stuff, but he also has an addiction of catching these people.
Yeah. I mean, if I was in a position to be able to do it and to have the skill at the level that Alex does, I can
Mhm.
see I can easily see why he would have that addiction, because he's making a real difference. He's making a tangible difference. And the decoys that work with him, like all of us have that rush. I mean, well, I assume we all do. It's a rush when the catch is going down and you see the cop show up, and that look of defeat on the predator's face, and then you hear the click 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 of the handcuffs.
Mm,
um it's a rush.
I'm sure. Yeah. Even for on our side, it's like, oh my god, they got another one. In my opinion, what was it? In my opinion, there's no pred catcher community. There are content creators making the same content. Period. I do not see a need for a community.
um I don't know that I necessarily agree with that. um I think that I do think that it is a community. I think that, like for instance, um, Jay from PP Mass just went and did one of my catches because Alex was on the West Coast, and this guy was itching to meet, like he wanted to meet now, and Alex just couldn't do it. So when you can just call up another catcher and say, hey, one of my decoys has this catch, or has this guy in this area. Do you want to get him for us? And you know that you're going to get a good catch out of it. Um, that to me is community. Um, you know, having those strong relationships is great. Um, and by community, I also think, you know, the the people that support these catchers,
Mhm.
whether it be through YouTube subscription for those who are solely on YouTube, for like, whether it's a local subscription, whether it's the donations, um, that is what makes this possible. So those people that are donating and subscribing, they are they are part of that community. They're part
Mhm.
of what makes this possible. I mean, Alex is very much willing to sacrifice a good camera angle for the desired outcome.
Definitely.
And
Oh, what
so,
what do you think about this right here? What Surdom said.
um, I don't know. I think that, yeah, he's had a few people recognize him this summer, but even even the ones that recognize him, like the the guy that they just tried to get the other night, like, how stupid can you be to call the cops on him?
Mm.
You know?
Even the guy in Tennessee, it was like, he knew who Alex was and knew what he was there to do. And he was a little harder, I believe, but he still got him to talk about a lot of stuff. I mean, it's crazy.
Right.
Alex,
And
crazy good.
which which again speaks to Alex's ability to um open, or get them to open up and drop those walls.
Hmm.
Madison's absolutely right there. Catch day is a drug.
Hmm.
Um, it's it is definitely a drug.
Do you think Alex should wear a wig?
Um, it might help, but I mean, part of the thing is that you don't know if they're going to know who you are until you show up and meet them.
I, I could just imagine Alex with a big, like an afro or something. Oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic. Let's see. Basically, yeah,
Hey,
being that's a hoodie question.
you got to highlight Madison's comment there.
I'm trying, where I'm trying to, Alex, right here. This
Yep,
one.
that is the truth.
Oh, that is true.
He might take him a little longer, but he'll get it out of the sandwich.
I mean, and we talk a lot about Alex because I believe, he's like I can't say enough about Alex because he's the one that kind of helped me go into doing this type of stuff in ways like say, oh, short bus, you're slow or what, just whatever, and I respect that. No, and I'm not dissing no other catchers because they're all amazing in their different ways.
Yeah, I'm certainly not putting down any other catcher. Um, you know, it's one of those things. I work for Alex, so
Hmm.
um,
You're definitely biased. Would
it's
you say you're biased?
I was biased before I worked for him. Um, you know, like I've said before. I've said right to Alex's face when I started watching him years ago, I couldn't stand him. But he grew, he matured, he got so much better at what he does that, you know he has very quickly, I think, taken one of the number one, like either the number one or number two spot. Like he's yeah. Oh,
Definitely.
we just got notification they just officially started the trip.
Mm.
But
Boots. Oh, like Ben said, Boots. He's awesome. That whole
Yeah,
team was awesome. The Boots, BAP, Bikers Against Predators,
I
were
mean, who doesn't like some Skittles, right?
oh definitely PvP. I haven't really saw a lot of PvP catches. Have you saw a lot of those, Mandy?
I haven't watched a lot, um, and like I'll be honest with you, I work a full-time job that takes probably 60 plus hours a week of my time,
Mm.
um, and I also decoy on top of that.
Dude, you
So yeah,
and decoying is a 24/7 job.
right
Like
now I have a
24/7.
guy that I talk to most nights till somewhere around 3 to 4 o'clock in the morning because of the time difference.
Mm, awesome. Well, Mandy, I need to hop off here. I got some other things I need to do.
Sure.
I appreciate you coming up here, and yeah, if you get any more updates or anything about any person you catch, please let us know because this is important. Showing I guess showing your work, man, because you matter. Just like you matter, even and other decoys behind the scenes matter because you all actually help propel the actual catchers.
Yeah, I mean, like it's like I said to Alex the other day. Like I'm not trying to discount what he does because
Mm,
if he didn't do what he does, there would be no point to us doing what we do. If we didn't do what we do, he wouldn't have anybody to go get. So it's a very symbiotic relationship that you know both parts are equally important.
100%.
Thank you very much, Dominique. I just saw your comment there.
Yeah, definitely. We
Uh,
all do appreciate you, Mandy. And
but I mean, you know what? Like, I got to give a huge shout out to the other decoys that we work with. Um, Madison, Sabrina,
mm,
Hannah, Ashley. Um, I know there's some that I'm forgetting. Um,
there's
you
so
know,
many decoys that I out there, and I honestly appreciate every one of them, and I appreciate just about every catcher.
yes,
Priscilla,
Priscilla's the one I was missing. But I mean, like, there's Southern Belle, there's Callie, there's a few others. Like, to have one of those catchers. Like, I just had a situation a couple weeks ago that I I had another decoy from another team uh, do a voice recording for me specifically so I could send it to this one pred who was I was on the verge of losing him if I didn't give him something voice. And she pulled through and she told me, anytime you need something, we may not be on the same catching team, but we are a team. And anytime you need something, you let me know, I'll do it. So, you know, to have, a, and again, Jamie, that's community.
it is
Um, that that is propelling the predator catching movement forward. Um, and
Madison right here. We talk, we work together. We all like we. I
yeah.
think he was Madison was saying we talk, we work together. I think all.
By the way, Madison, you're probably headed over to my place pretty soon for the really bad guy.
Ooh,
Just heads up.
ooh.
Yeah, Madison's sleeping over tonight. So
Oh, I really do. Uh, Jay,
so
I can see. No, everybody has their opinions about it.
you know what? Like I'm not sure what sense you were looking at the word community. Um, I take a look at community in the sense of like it takes a village to raise a child.
Mm,
It takes a village to protect a child. you know, and that's what this is all about. This is this is yeah. Do do I want to give a teaser? Text me because I'm not sure what you're referring to. Like, do you want me to give a teaser here or
Ooh. If it's anything to do what I
it
know of, I'm
it
not
it, it has to do with those videos that you saw?
okay. Then yeah, we'd have that is some creepy. That is some creepy. I don't want to talk about. I
That
don't want to step on nobody's toes, but that is some
that's
creepy
creep
shit.
factor 10,000.
Like I would like have to like get off YouTube to be able to just do it on Rumble, and
You'd probably have to do that on locals.
we
Um,
could do that. We definitely could.
it's that bad. Um,
Let's see.
but
Oh no, it ain't. If I would definitely put it on my locals.
I can't do too much of a teaser here because this particular person is still active. Um,
You don't
yeah,
ruin anything
I
because this dude is a straight deviant monster. I don't.
I I I'm not. And again, here we go back to gut feeling. I don't. I have a gut feeling that he has not done this in person yet, but I think that he has that potential. I know if he got through this process and actually met with a child, that he would 100% go through with what he's talking about.
100% is not enough percentage. It's 1,000%. I think
Well,
1,000%.
I mean, let's just say the videos don't lie.
Oh my god, it is. You know, when I first watched it, I was actually on the phone with you, Mandy, and I literally like gagged. I don't.
Yep.
It ain't. It's like it's that disgusting of a person. Not even a person.
Yeah.
This guy ain't a person. He's not even a monster. He's like I don't know how it's bad. Definitely.
So I did talk to Alex about what you and I spoke about after he's caught, and Alex said that's a fantastic
Mm,
idea.
definitely.
Yeah. So it is bad. It is right up there with the guy that I had in New York that would send me a video of him in the bathroom at work almost daily, doing something and saying the decoy's name. We'll just leave it at that.
It makes me wonder if this person coming up possibly be more mentally disturbed than what we like have actually been realized.
He's an active trader. Um, he has described far too many videos to my decoy. Um, yeah. Um,
I think we should like kind of hold off because I don't want to ruin anything about this
oh yeah,
because
no. I'm trying to be very selective in what I say. But basically, I I allow it to continue because the more the more I get here in text, the harder it will be for him to refute and say that he doesn't actually watch it. If you can describe these videos in the detail that you're describing them to who you think is a child, um, there's no chance in hell you're not watching it.
100%. I would say 100%.
Well, and the video that I showed you, um, that that's just disturbing.
Very.
And there's another video coming tonight, Madison,
Hmm. Oh,
for when Madison's over at my house. Yeah, it's going to be another video coming
oh
tonight.
my God! See, it's. I mean, it would definitely need some editing.
Oh, I have them edited already.
Oh, see. Oh, well, that leaves off on a high note and a low note. So I don't know.
Well, I
It's
mean, it just there's another follow up to come. That
mm,
was a bad choice of words.
oh my god.
There's another follow up in the future that will be very disturbing.
Mm, wow.
So yeah, hit me up in a little bit, Madison, and I'll tell you what's going on. But yeah, like this dude's sick. I mean, they're all sick. Um, it's just this guy takes it to a whole new level.
Very much. Very much. I mean, I saw some other decoy type stuff, but this what was going on in that one like trumped any other. I mean, it trumped even Agent Orange's cucumber in the rectum.
Oh, this will make the cucumber look like child.
A joke.
That didn't sound right.
Oh, right
Um,
here. This how many levels are there?
who knows? I think this one is like the seventh circle of hell.
Hmm. I don't know if
Um,
it's not as graphic. I guess you could say it's not as graphic, like
you didn't
as
see the second video, did you?
no, I did, but it's well, yeah,
Oh
actually
no,
it is.
like
That is graphic, but the first one I saw, it's it's honestly the intention behind what he is wanting to do.
oh no, but I only sent you the two, right?
Yes.
So it was the same video, just two parts. He sent another three clips after that
Oh, you did
for
tell me that.
yeah. Oh, I told you, but I didn't show you.
Mm.
Um, yeah, and then there's supposed to be another one coming tonight.
Mm. It's
He had to. Um, yeah, no, never mind. I got a video of him the other night.
sick. He's sick.
Yeah, no, I'll just stop. I don't want to. I don't want to say something that could tip anybody off.
No, definitely not.
Yeah,
But let's go through these pictures one more time. Since Serum said he was a handsome guy, there's your man,
like
Serum.
like I just don't understand why you look so pissed off.
He does look mad. Maybe that's just his natural look. Well, no, he looks content.
I mean, maybe it's just RBF.
Hmm. Was this when he first got booked? I wondered.
Yeah, that would have been Wednesday.
Oh, hopefully by now he's had some cucumbers himself. He may not be cucumber bread, but hopefully he'll be getting some.
Yeah, like this guy here was planning to meet today. Um, the detective got him to agree to Tuesday because he lied and said that the decoy had no school on Tuesday. And he backed out Tuesday morning saying that he had like they took him to the hospital like early Tuesday morning. He fell and blew out his knee and blah blah blah. Like he was really into this. He was saying that the doctor was there, he had to go, blah blah blah. The detective checked all of the hospitals in Omaha and he was not registered anywhere.
Hmm. Wow, it's okay. Well, I need to actually hop off here, Mandy. I
Yeah,
appreciate you coming up. I've said bye like 2 times, but I keep chatting. So
you know what? You're like a Pentecostal minister that's got to close the sermon like 5 times or 10 times.
I'm from the South. I don't know if that matters.
Well, no. I mean, like, hey, I mean, you do you, boo.
Oh,
Like,
definitely. I actually have a something coming up. Possibly one of this. I needed requesting a bowling ball size before though. Bowling ball size plug possibly he is what Ben's talking about. If if you're not on my locals, then you really might not know what we're talking about. But definitely, uh, hold up. Let me
y-
back.
You still haven't found any place that carries those edible butt plugs yet, have you?
Not yet, but definitely check out my locals. It's like $3, and I do calls and stuff. They're pretty funny. I think I have a
And
good time
and
doing them.
extremely entertaining.
I appreciate that, and it's up to you all how entertaining it is because I like to see whatever you all say in the chat is usually how I try to say it. So,
Yeah.
but I appreciate you, Mandy. I need to go ahead and end this, and I'll
No
just
problem.
yeah, bowling balls.
He misspelled it. It's BAWLS.
This is the short bus. We don't miss.
You like that one, Jamie?
uh, harassing innocent people. Oh, no comment.
MMDE it's hilarious to have him harass innocent people.
I wouldn't call it harassing. I just ask simple questions. That's all it's about. Questions.
It's just entertainment.
It is very well
So
is.
anyway, you have yourself a wonderful night, and thank you to everybody for joining us and listening in. Um, it's been a pleasure as always.
Definitely. Holler at me anytime, Mandy. I'm so glad we got this one done. I know you had asked for it. I just been busy and schedules didn't match up and stuff.
Yeah,
But this has been like really awesome because we get to really expose this person now. This
yeah,
David. It really does matter exposing and bringing awareness.
yeah. And that's the thing. Like I know he has family. He's talked about them. They need to know what's going on. They need to make sure that if they have kids, that if he gets out, they're not anywhere near him.
Definitely not.
Although by the time he gets out, they may not be young enough to be attractive to him.
Wow. Okay, Mandy, I appreciate you. I'm gonna go ahead and let you go.
All right. Have a good night, and
Oh, you
thanks
too.
again for giving us a platform to discuss this stuff.
Oh, no worries, man. It's that's what I try to do that. I want to be able to do that part. Just even if it's just a small part, it does matter to me.
Yep. All right. Have a good night, everybody. We'll chat soon.
All right, take it easy, Mandy.
You too.
Bye. Okay, awesome. But yeah, that was I appreciate Mandy coming up. I appreciate all the decoys and all the catchers. They're out there making a change, and the more exposure we can have against a predator like David, or how many others. It really matters because we don't want these people to actually attack, somebody kids, any other somebody's kids or our kids. But I think it helps viewers to connect when we get. Definitely, definitely, it really does. Sam, you take it easy. I appreciate everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and end this, and go have a blessed evening. Bye. Oh, thank you, Ben. By the way, bye. Trying to end it.